So today I'm actually in a 2024 Lexus RX 450h Plus, or the plug-in hybrid version of this car. This specific one has the luxury trim, and the nice thing about the luxury trim is you get all the bells and whistles. Not necessarily necessary for most people, but in this specific case it does have one thing that I really do enjoy, and that is the Mark Levinson audio system. I am a huge fan of Lexus's Mark Levinson audio systems that they do in their vehicles. But that's just getting into one little point. Now, this is the RX lineup, which is a nice, smaller, mid-size, smaller SUV. This is a plug-in hybrid version of it, so it gets 37 miles of all-electric range, barring outside of the hybrid capability as well. So you run out of battery, not a big deal. It's still a hybrid vehicle. So that is the one nice thing about plug-in hybrids, is you get the best of both worlds, essentially. So in this case, like I said, 37 miles of electric range, and in hybrid mode, you get a combine of what they claim 36 miles to the gallon. Now, I'm currently driving on the interstate over 70 miles an hour. I'm not getting 35 miles to the gallon, I think is actually what it's at. I'm not getting that. I'm getting mid-20s, 25, 28, somewhere in there. So, you know, go in knowing those type of things. The averages between this in-city driving and the on-highway driving, the in-city is going to be a lot better on this type of hybrid. So, without further ado, let's pull in. Let's take a peek at the 2024 version in this case of the RX 450h plug-in hybrid all-wheel drive SUV from Lexus. Welcome back to techgooch, ladies and gentlemen, and like I said, I'm in the 2024 Lexus RX 450h Plus luxury trim. Now, real quick, one of my favorite small SUVs that I have ever been in is Lexus's NX lineup. I really like the NX. I really enjoy it. This brings a lot of that capability, or a lot of that similarity features, into the RX line in terms of how this one is laid out. It's got all the more modern amenities that you would expect in the modern Lexus vehicles. The big nice touch panel with the fully integrated climate control features, all in the touch panel with actual knob control, so analog control of them. I love their centralized panel here. It is so nice, and it's great to see them getting it into all the various series. Now, this has a panoramic roof on it, which also has a full sunroof. This is the luxury lineup, like I said. It's got all the bells and whistles that you would expect. Now, this one does have the Mark Levinson audio system, which, if you've never experienced, is a fantastic sounding audio system. In a lot of vehicles, they have their premium audio system. Typically, it's a branded audio system. Mark Levinson, what they do in the Lexus vehicles is almost second to none in anything in this specific category of vehicles. So with that said, before I go too crazy and everything, let's pull off. Let's do a walk around in the vehicle. Let's go through the interior features so you can see what the dash and everything looks like, and we'll go from there. So I apologize for the noise if it's too crazy, but I am at a rest area, and I did want to at least show you around the vehicle real quick, because it's a very attractive, modern Lexus look that you probably have come to understand or seen before on other Lexus vehicles. Very similar look to it. It's a very attractive vehicle. Like I said, nice rounded backside here, and I apologize for it looking like it is, but with all the winter weather we've been having, hard to keep things clean. But that at least is the outside. It's a very cold day today. But that's the RX 450 from the outside. Okay, so start over here to the left side like we normally do. Standard door controls, everything down here by your leg is going to be standard. Nothing too crazy. Of course, you can see the Mark Levinson audio system here, the nice little badges. The steering wheel, very similar to what you would find in most Lexus vehicles. We do have kind of like these touch controls. This does have the heads-up display system, which, if I can get it to It's probably going to be really hard to see on with the white background there, but I'll at least try to show you what that looks like. But it's just a nice system, and as you push your touch your fingers to this, it actually does bring up menus for audio system or menus for the cruise control system as well. So that's the difference between the left side and the right side. Driver information cluster, we got battery meter on the left hand side, fuel meter on the right hand side. Right now you can see down here we're in hybrid mode or HV mode. I can select that down here, but the EV battery's not, I mean, I've been driving all day, so EV battery's low, so I can't be in EV mode. And to change that, it's down here. We have auto modes, and then we can change between HV and EV modes here. So that's all right here. And then of course you can put, if you have a full battery but you want to maintain that full battery for now, you can hold the charge with the HV mode here. So that's that. So pretty much standard. As you can see, like I said, I've been on the interstate. I've been going over 70 miles an hour most days, so we're mid 20s for fuel economy. But if I was in town, it'd be completely different. Then over here on the side, we obviously have our lovely large infotainment screen here, the entertainment part. It's the standard Lexus one. We have our analog knobs for our temperature, and of course volume. We still have a knob here as well. It is, look, Lexus did a fantastic job when they created this this center screen with all the capability it can do, but also keeping manual knobs as well. I think they did a really good job. Now, of course, the nice thing about this is obviously, yeah, we do have all our climate controls and everything, but we have wireless CarPlay, wireless capability, all from the actual touch panel. It's really well sized. It's really well oriented for the driver. It's a great system. This does have the 360 camera, so if you want to see what that looks like as we hover around, I apologize for any video feed there, but that's what that looks like. There is a button there that you can see it, and so yeah, this does have the parking capability, which of course I'm parked right now, so it doesn't really matter, but it does have that capability, which will 2 USB-C ports here for charging. We do have a Qi charger down below, as well as another USB-C port and a USB-A for plugging into the actual radio. Like I said, it does have wireless CarPlay, which is what I'm utilizing right now. 2 standard cup holders. I'm using one right now, but there we are. And glove box. It's always lovely to have a glove box, right? Up top, we have our controls for our sunroof and our panoramic roof. So there we are. And like I said, we do have a sunroof as well. Vent or fully open. And then of course, close as well. And then I can close this back up so I'm not getting a whole bunch of glare. So there we go. Now, one thing I do want to point out is I do like what Lexus does with their door. To open the door, it's just a push button here. So you just take your thumb, push that, open we go. I really kind of like that. It's lovely. So you don't have the big handles or anything like that. So that's the front seat. Let's go take a peek at the back seat. Okay, let's pop in here. Now the front seat, I have plenty of space in for myself. Back seat, same thing. I'm 5'11", so I have plenty of leg room here for where it is. I have this seat quite a bit back and very comfortable for me. Now, one thing I didn't point out on the front seat, if you are in the front seat and you're the only person, you can actually have control of the power parts of the passenger side seat, so you can actually adjust this or move it further, forward or back. And that's basically, if there's nobody in the seat and you have people in the back seat, at least you can control the seat without having to worry about reaching over. It's right here on the side. I do like that a lot. Back seat, we do have climate controls here as well, and heated and cooled seats, USB-C ports. So there's a lot to like here. We do actually have sunshades, and of course, if you're not using the middle, nice armrest with a couple cup holders. So that is the back seat. I guess we can take a peek at the cargo area quick. Okay, so let's take a peek at this. As you can see, very large capacity for cargo. We do actually have, look at here, an AC plug, 1500 watt, first aid kit, subwoofer, and the capability of folding down these seats from here. And they are power, both direction, both lay flat and put back up. So that's pretty awesome there. 12 volt plug here. Look, a lot to love about this vehicle. And then storage space underneath. We do have a nice little tub there. So yeah, and then the fix-a-flat. There we go. Now, I've been driving this vehicle for, I mean, I'm already on, I'm 1.5 tanks of gas into it. So take that into consideration. You know, obviously I've had this vehicle for not quite a week yet. It's, but it is getting swapped out tomorrow. So a week tomorrow, technically. And I really like it. It drives really good. It's fairly quiet. It is comfortable on long trips. So today I've been in the, at the end of the day, I'll have been in the vehicle for like 7 hours. So take that into consideration. I've taken a lot of time, about an hour, hour and a half from home. So I've been in it quite a bit today, and I like it. It's a solid vehicle. Now, like I said, I am a huge fan of the NX series. The RX series is right in that category with the NX in my book. It's a lovely hybrid vehicle. It's got the plug-in capability. So in all reality, if you're just doing small trips during the day, you can leave it in EV mode. You get up to 37 miles of pure EV, and it can really reduce that gas bill. But should you take a long trip like I did today, you leave it in hybrid mode. You don't have to worry about that. At least the battery will boost it. You'll get a little bit better fuel economy during that boost, that battery section at least. And the range is substantially better. Now, this does have only like a 10-gallon tank, so it's not like you're gonna get 500 miles on a tank, but every time you fill up, it's not gonna hurt your wallet substantially because it's not a huge tank and it gets decent fuel economy. So the RX 450h, specifically the plug-in hybrid model, solid. Now this, of course, like I said, is the luxury trim. So it's got all the bells and whistles that you would expect to have on a luxury model. I think the sticker price on this one is like $76,505 if I'm not mistaken, with all the things that have been added to it. You know, would I necessarily say that I would need all of this? No, you really don't. There are obviously a few things that I really like. I really like the entertainment screen, the control screen. That is one of those things that I would definitely get if I had this Lexus. And if I could afford it, the Mark Levinson audio system sounds fantastic. So that's it. That's my take on the RX 450h Plus luxury. It's lovely. I'm actually going to miss it when it goes away tomorrow and gets swapped out for the next vehicle I'm going to be reviewing. I will actually miss this vehicle. I do enjoy it. It is very comfortable. I had a great time with it. Lexus, you've been doing some great things, and I want you to keep doing great things. Specifically with the driver and entertainment features in this vehicle are fantastic, and it's extremely comfortable. So thank you for watching to the end of this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Hopefully we'll catch you back here on Tech Gooch for another future video review. See you again soon.